Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing a little Minnesota Twins franchise. It's the AL Division Series Game 1, the Blue Jays and the Minnesota Twins next. Welcome to downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. It is Game 1 of the ALDS. And in year 3 of our Minnesota Twins franchise, we taste the postseason for the first time as you see the players to watch in this year's Division Series. Edwin Encarnacion led the way offensively for the Jays in all 3 Triple Crown categories. Ken Nieves, their leader in wins with 12. Aaron Loop, their leader in ERA. And Andrew Kashner, their leader in strikeouts. The Minnesota Twins got here by way of pitching. Alex Wood with a 2.98 ERA, Kyle Gibson with 15 wins, and just 1 strikeout shy of 200. Will Myers, their leading hitter, and Luis Valbuena led the team in home runs and RBIs. Look at the starter comparison for tonight. Game 1, Peter Humphreys goes for the Blue Jays, Kyle Gibson will go for us. And again, the Blue Jays got here by hitting the baseball. Their pitching rotation is not overly strong. And they will go the starting lineup of Kevin Pillar, Saunders, Donaldson, Encarnacion, Travis, Garcia, Seymour, Goins, and Russell Martin behind the plate. And again, you see Kyle Gibson's numbers on the year. Led Major League Baseball with a 0.96 whip and finished 15-13 with a 3.08 ERA. And we are about ready to get the first pitch underway here in Minneapolis. Quick look at the Twins defense. In the outfield, from left to right, Rosario, Buxton, and Piscotty. Around the infield, Sano, Nunez, Peterson, and Myers. Behind the plate will be Devin Mesoraco and Kyle Gibson on the hill today. And the first batter of the game will be Kevin Pillar, a .273 average with 19 home runs and 75 RBIs. And Year 3's postseason is underway, and Kevin Pillar on the first pitch lines a base hit over the head of Eduardo Nunez in the left field. And the Blue Jays have their first base runner of the night. That'll bring up Michael Saunders. Quick check on Kevin Pillar. And Pillar is off and running with the pitch, and he is going to steal second base easily. Look at the show track. 10.9-foot lead. 18.42 miles per hour on the stolen base. And he was able to slide in feet first. And Michael Saunders now down 0-2 in the count. Runner on second. Saunders swings and misses at the changeup, down and away. And Kyle Gibson gets his first out. That'll bring up Josh Donaldson. .298 with 41 home runs on the year. And he falls behind 0-1. Check swing. They check it first. He did not go around. So play made there by Miguel Sano for out number 2. That'll bring up the Runner-up in the league MVP voting, Edwin Encarnacion finished second to Mike Trout. So with 2 outs, a runner still on second in scoring position. It is a 1-2 count. Encarnacion fouls that one back. Still 1-2. The delivery slider gets Encarnacion to swing and miss. And the Blue Jays will strand a runner at second in the first inning. Twins batting order: Myers, Piscotty, Nunez, Sano, Rosario, Valbuena, Mesoraco, Peterson, and Byron Buxton. Another look at Peter Humphries on the hill. He was 9-8, a 5.04 ERA, 134 strikeouts and 54 walks for a whip of 1.63 in 126 and 2/3 innings. The Blue Jays defense in the outfield from left to right: Michael Saunders, Kevin Pillar in center, Richard Garcia in right, Donaldson at third, Goins at shortstop, Travis at second, Seymour is at first, Russell Martin's behind the plate. And Will Myers will lead things off for the Minnesota Twins. We acquired Will Myers at the trade deadline from the San Diego Padres. And Myers is an interesting situation. His contract expires at the end of this year. And so the last couple months of the season, we have just been trying to assess whether or not we want to try to re-sign Will Myers or not. We do have up-and-coming first baseman Mario Calero, our top prospect, in our system. So it'll be interesting in the offseason, but right now we're focused on the postseason, and Myers grounds it to Ryan Goins at short, on to Maurice Seymour at first. And that will be the first out of the game for the Jays. Stephen Piscotty at the plate now. We picked him up also at the trade deadline from the St. Louis Cardinals. And he skies this one into right field. This is Richard Garcia back at the track, makes the catch for out number 2. Here is Eduardo Nunez, 287, 8 home runs, 43 driven in. And he is up with 2 outs, takes the first pitch for strike 1. Counts evened up at 1 now. Here's the delivery. Nunez into left field, and that one's going to drop in front of Michael Saunders for a base hit. And with 2 outs, the Twins have a runner aboard for Miguel Sano. 267 batter, 32 home runs on the year, and he is going to start off the postseason with a bang. 2-run home run for Miguel Sano. And the Twins are on the board here in the postseason. A first-inning home run off of Peter Humphries. And it comes by way of cleanup hitter Miguel Sano. And you are hereby circled, young man. So look at the show track on the Miguel Sano home run. 111.6 mile per hour exit velocity. Launch angle, 19.26 degrees, pretty much a line drive. 4.38 second hang time. And the projected distance, 383 feet, but on a line. And the Twins lead 2-0 here in Game 1 of the American League Division Series. Here's Eddie Rosario now, the Twins left fielder. And he takes a bad hack at the inside pitch. 0-2 delivery, and now he's going to watch strike 3 go by. So that'll do it for the first inning of our first postseason experience here on Minnesota Twins franchise. We go to the second now. Devin Travis at the plate. Blue Jays all of a sudden trailing in this baseball game. And Minnesota ace Kyle Gibson on the hill. His rating has improved up to like an 86 or 87, I believe. Definitely the best rating we have in our pitching rotation. And I have to apologize if there's a few coughs in here. I'm still trying to get over the bronchitis I've had for the last few weeks. And I'm doing my best. I got to get these out. Don't want to fall behind. And Devin Travis is on with a base hit to lead off the second inning. So the Blue Jays have led off both innings with a hit. And now we are to Richard Garcia, 268, with 17 home runs on the year. And Kyle Gibson falls behind 3-0 to him with Maurice Seymour in the on-deck circle. And Garcia's going to lift it to left. Eddie Rosario backhands it on the run for the first out of the inning. And Travis retreats back to first. Here is Maurice Seymour, 252, 14 home runs. And he's going to line it to first. And they are not going to get the tag. So that was a little interesting. At first I thought it was a chopper to first, so I tried to throw it to second. Turned out to be a line drive, and then the throw to the pitcher couldn't get the tag on him. So a base runner left on first, and here is a line drive down the left field line. That one's going to rattle around in the corner. Rosario digs it out. Runner rounding third, heading to the plate. Here comes the throw, and it is up the first baseline. And the mishap at first turns into a Blue Jays run and cuts the Twins' lead in half, 2-1. Russell Martin at the plate now. 245 with 9 home runs. Runner at second. And Russell Martin falls behind 0-2 rather quickly, and he's going to swing through the high fastball. But not before the Blue Jays can get a run on the board. We go to the bottom of the second. Luis Valbuena, 293, 35 home runs, 92 driven in on the year for the Twins. Does not face left-handed pitching very often, and that is the reason for his increase in batting average. He is not a good hitter against lefties and a pretty solid hitter against righties. And he gets ahead 3-0 in the count with Devin Mesoraco behind him. Valbuena fouls it back, and now the count runs full. And Valbuena skies it out to center field. Kevin Pillar's camped underneath it and makes the play for the first out of the bottom of the second. Devin Mesoraco now showed a little bit of pop here and there throughout the season. 16 home runs, a 249 hitter. He is one of the Twins' more patient batters. And he's going to pop this one up down the first baseline. Maurice Seymour is there, squeezes it for out number 2. And now here is second baseman Jace Peterson. 276 average, 10 home runs during the regular season. We acquired him from the Atlanta Braves a little bit before the trade deadline. And he is way behind that pitch. 1-1 count. Here comes the delivery from Peter Humphreys. And that one is sprayed foul to the left side. 1-2 count. Breaking ball off the inside corner. And Jace Peterson takes that one low. The count runs full. And then he fouls off another one down the third baseline. 3-2 delivery. This one's going to be looped into left field. And Michael Saunders on the run makes the play. That'll end the inning. Score still 2-1 Twins. We're going to skip ahead now to inning number 4. Edwin Encarnacion, 0 for 1 with a strikeout back in the first. He'll lead things off for the Jays on the 4th inning, and he's going to go against the shift down the right field line for a base hit. And into the corner, Stephen Piscotty digs it out. And once again, the Blue Jays start off an inning with a base hit, this time a double. And now another base hit through the right side. Encarnacion's going to hold at third. And with nobody out, the Jays are going to have runners on the corners. For right fielder Richard Garcia, who is 0 for 1. The line out back in the second inning. And he's going to ground it to the left side. Miguel Sano up with it onto Jace Peterson at second, and we turn 2. That does allow a run to come in to score, though. And the game's all tied up at 2, but it was the right baseball play to make. Especially considering this next batter lines a double into the gap in right center field. If we had tried to make a play at the plate, we would have left runners on first and second, and they both might have scored right there. So it was better to give up the run and have the game tied up at 2. And now the Jays have a runner on second for Ryan Goins, who is up 1-0 in the count, and now 2-0. With the runner on second, Gibson's delivery outside. This time he catches the black on the right side of the plate. 3-1 with 2 outs. Goins chops it foul over the Blue Jays dugout. And 3-2 pitch is lifted to center field. Buxton is there. And we go to the bottom of the fourth. Still 2-1 Minnesota. Here is Miguel Sano responsible. Sorry, it's 2-2. Game all tied up. Miguel Sano responsible for the Twins' 2 runs with a 2-run home run in the bottom of the first. Is ahead in the count 2-0 now. Takes a high pitch for a strike. And then a pitch off the plate inside. 3-1 delivery. This one's going to catch the strike zone, making it full. And Sano fouls it down the right field line. 50th pitch of the night by Peter Humphreys, and Miguel Sano finds a hole through the shift on the left side of the infield for another base hit for the Twins. So nobody out. Eddie Rosario at the plate. Miguel Sano at first. Rosario struck out back in the first inning. And he's going to take one in the shoulder. And Luis Valbuena will step to the plate with runners on first and second and nobody out. Could be the makings of a big inning for the Twins. Luis Valbuena fouls it off, now drives it on the ground to the left side. Ryan Goins on to second, on to first, a double play for the Jays. Nicely turned by the Blue Jays. And that is going to leave a runner at third with 2 outs in the inning for catcher Devin Mesoraco. Mesoraco signed in the offseason as a free agent. Spent the entire year for the Twins, his first season with Minnesota. And with a runner 90 feet away, he is down 1-2 in the count, and he swings and misses. And Peter Humphreys gets the big strikeout, strands the runner at third. And we're going to skip ahead to the 7th inning, score still 2-2. Toronto, 6 base hits. The Twins with 4 hits on the day. Richard Garcia still facing Kyle Gibson, who has thrown 72 pitches coming into the 7th inning. Garcia lines it to center. Buxton is there for the first out. Richard Seymour now. Seymour chops it foul. This pitch will be pitch number 75 for Kyle Gibson. And it's an 0-2 count to Seymour with 1 out. High fastball. 1-2 delivery is off the inside corner. And now grounded to the right side. Will Myers is there, steps on the bag for out number 2. And here is Ryan Goins, 1 for 2 with the double and an RBI on the day. And Gibson falls behind 2-0. Alex Wood slated to be the Twins' Game 2 starter. And Alex Wood is a lefty. So we'll challenge the Blue Jays with our top righty and our top lefty right out of the gate. Ground ball to the right side, Jace Peterson. On to Myers at first. That will retire the Blue Jays in the 7th inning. Score still tied up at 2. And Eddie Rosario at the plate. 76th pitch of the night for Peter Humphreys. Both pitchers going deep into Game 1. Rosario takes one off the inside corner. That one is well high. 2-1 delivery. And that one is inside. Valbuena in the on-deck circle for the Twins. And Rosario fouls that one down the left field line. Might have been ball 4. But he takes ball 4 on the subsequent pitch. And that will be it for Peter Humphreys. Aaron Loop on for the Blue Jays. 2.63 ERA, led the team in ERA out of the bullpen. And he will be on to face Luis Valbuena. He's a lefty. As we mentioned earlier, Valbuena does not hit lefties well. 1-0 delivery. This one is down and in. And Loop falls behind 2-0 to Valbuena. Here's the delivery. This one off the inside corner as well. Mesoraco on deck. Nobody out here in the 7th. Here's the delivery. 3-0 count. Right down the middle. 3-1 pitch. Loop comes set. Here is the delivery. Valbuena turns on it, driving it deep to right field. That one's heading back of the track, and it's gone! Luis Valbuena, off of a lefty, goes deep to right field, and the Twins jump out to a 4-2 lead in the bottom of the 7th. Valbuena did not get the opportunity to face too many lefties during the regular season. He obviously faced some. Did not fare well. But it doesn't matter. Here in the 7th inning of Game 1 of the ALDS, the Twins lead 4-2. Devin Mesoraco at the plate now. He's down 1-2 in the count. New pitcher for the Blue Jays. 2-2 delivery, and Mesoraco strikes out again for the second straight time for him. 1 out, Jace Peterson to the plate. He takes a bad swing at the slider in on his hands, and then chases a high fastball, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And then he pops this one into the air, third baseline. Josh Donaldson there makes the play. Out number 2, Byron Buxton at the plate. Buxton's going to send this one lazily into center field. Kevin Pillar is there, makes the catch. And that'll do it for the Twins in the 7th, but not before they can put 2 more runs on the board. Off the bat of Luis Valbuena, we're going to bring in JT Chargois now to relieve Kyle Gibson. JT Chargois, our right-handed setup guy, has had mixed results on the season. And this one is ripped into right center field. I think that was Russell Martin batting. And he will be on with a leadoff double. Russell Martin. A lot of leadoff base hits for the Blue Jays, but they haven't done much with them here in game number 1. Kevin Pillar at the plate now as the lineup turns over. Pillar, the leadoff guy. He's going to try to throw down the bunt. Can't get to it. It's called strike 1. The runner on second. This one chopped out in front of the plate. Going to be a tough play for Mesoraco. Pillar is speedy. Mesoraco gets the job done, though. That does move a runner into scoring position for the Jays. Michael Saunders. Oh, sorry, Russell Martin was at second before, so he was not able to advance to third, so runner goes nowhere on that chopper by Pillar. This one popped up, first baseline. Will Myers there, makes the play, 2 outs. Josh Donaldson now 0 for 3. Has not had an impact yet in game number 1. Jimmy Dyer will come in now to face Josh Donaldson. And he gets Donaldson behind in the count 0-2. Jimmy Dyer, the 19-year-old we picked up from the St. Louis Cardinals, is having a pretty good year for the Cards. Came over with Stephen Piscotty in that trade. He gets Donaldson to pop it up on the right side. We get out of the inning. And now Santiago Casilla on for the Jays to face Will Myers in the bottom of the 8th. Twins looking for a little bit of insurance runs. Tim Collins is up in the pen for the Jays. Twins looking for some insurance runs for American League reliever of the year, Kevin Segrist, who will undoubtedly be on to pitch the top of the 9th. 3-2 count now to Will Myers. This one sent sky high into shallow center field. And Devin Travis makes the play at second. That'll bring up Stephen Piscotty. Piscotty chops the first pitch foul. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Piscotty, another one fouled off. And the 0-2 count swung on and missed. A slow breaking ball from Santiago Casilla. And that'll bring up Eduardo Nunez. Noontime, 1 for 3 on the day. He's ahead 2-0, breaking ball. Swung on and missed. This one outside, a 3-1 count from Casilla. Here comes the delivery. That one's inside, and Nunez is going to draw the walk. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. That'll bring up Miguel Sano again. Anytime you can get him to the plate, you've done a good job. especially with 2 outs. Sano falls behind 1-0. Then he lines it right back up the middle, nearly hits the pitcher, gets into center field. Nunez will retreat back to second. And now Eddie Rosario will get a shot to try to put more runs on the board. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Rosario fouls it off. Count even at 1 apiece. And now Nunez, line drive to left field, but Michael Saunders is there, makes the running catch. And we go to the top of the 9th, and here is your American League reliever of the year, Kevin Segrist, 51 saves on the regular season in 55 save opportunities. And he will start things off against Edwin Encarnacion. Encarnacion is going to get a base hit. Twins outfielders play in no doubles defense, and they hold Encarnacion to a single. So another leadoff hit for the Jays. Down by 2 with nobody out. And the Twins, top-rated pitcher on the mound. I think he's like up to a 91 rating right now. Definitely the highest on the pitching staff. 0-2 delivery. Devin Travis takes it for a called strike 3. And we've got 1 out. Richard Garcia, 0 for 3 on the day. Takes the breaking ball for strike 1. Segrist especially good against lefties. And this one skied into left field. Eddie Rosario on the run makes the play in fair territory. And that'll be out number 2. So Maurice Seymour steps in with 2 outs. He does represent the tying run, though. 1-0 delivery. And that one is taken for ball number 2. So 2 outs, 1 on. Maurice Seymour representing the tying run, and he's going to line it down the right field line. That one's going to reach the wall into the corner. Runner is going to hold up at third. And we are going to have the tying run in scoring position for Ryan Goins, who falls behind 0-1. A 1 for 3 on the day with a double. Fouls one off, and he is quickly behind 0-2. Here's the delivery from Segrist. Swing and a miss, and game 1 goes to Minnesota. So it got a little sketchy in the top of the 9th inning, but Kevin Segrist holds on. And the Twins hold on to win by a score of 4-2. Quick look at the other postseason action. The Angels beat the Red Sox in Game 1. The Cubs over the Nationals. The Cubs over the Phillies. And the Nationals over the Dodgers. And we have a 1-game lead on the Blue Jays. So that is it going into game number 2. We're up 1-0 here on Minnesota Twins franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.